of Pag-ibig, hopefully they would be able to sell these units to Pag-ibig.
So you're trying to tell the members of this committee that you are doing something insofar as the COA's findings are concerned?
Yes, Mr. Chair. With the help of Pag-ibig, this government employees housing units will be taken out by Pag-ibig because it's beyond our mandate.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, the different agencies under this is requested to submit to this committee the reports on your physical and financial accomplishments.
We will comply, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. The chair would like to recognize Deputy Minority Leader Percy Sindanya. Okay, the next will be Deputy Minority Leader Sergio Dagook.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, everyone. In the implementation of housing projects, have you experienced delay?
Yes, of course, Mr. Chair.
Why, of course?
I mean, not all
are you telling this representation that delay is normal in your agency as far as implementation of housing projects?
It's not normal, Mr. Chair, but not all of our projects have been perfect.
Ano ba yung step-by-step process na ginagawa ninyo bago ninyo pupunduhan from GAA yung mga housing projects?
Mr. Chair, we first get a request from the LGU or partner agencies. Then we find a suitable property with the help of the LGU or a donor or a private contractor. Then we fund it based on the suitable program. Then construction, we go through consultations, LIAC, then bidding, construction, turnover.
For the interest of time, no? Sorry to interject. Ang ibig bang sabihin, kapag humingi kayo ng pundo sa Kongreso year in, year out, mayroon na kayong nakaredy na project na paglalaanan. Tama po ba?
Tama po yan, Mr. Chair.
If that is the case, Mr. Chair, bakit may delay pa? Kasi kung ready na yung project na yan, bago ninyo paglalaanan, sabi mo, na-identify na ninyo dahil ang triggering mechanism would be may request yung LGU. Upon LGU's request, nagkausap na kayo ng LGU, nag-meeting na kayo, meaning ready for implementation na yung project, pundo na lang ang inihintay. Bakit may delay pa?
There's many factors, Mr. Chair. One of the factor would be the permits from the developers and from the LGU. And also one of the factor would be the funding. Mr. Chair, kasi may mga pondo...
Again, for the interest of time, no? I don't want to argue with you. I am raising that concern kasi ako as a general manager of an electric cooperative, ang experience ko sa inyo, in the case of Dinagat, napailawan na ninyo kasi may linya na, sinasabi niya naman ninyo, iba pala yung lokasyon, binunot na naman namin yung linya, nilipat na naman. Alam mo ba yan?
This is the first I've heard that.
Kita mo. So, para kang yung ibang agency na ituturo yung mga tao sa baba, it's your responsibility na titingnan mo yung mga tao sa baba kasi bottom line, you are accountable to all of this. Alam mo, may mga project kayo, hindi nililipatan dahil walang kuryente. Dahil you did not include in the project cost the construction of distribution line. Ililipat nyo ng tao doon, walang tubig, walang kuryente. Hindi mo rin alam yon.
I am aware, Mr. Chair.
Oh, you are aware. So, dalawang bagay na yung napag-usapan natin na paulit-ulit lang. 6 na taon na po ako dito sa mga budget briefing na to. I don't want to spare time of the people here around you. Maghihintay kami, 6:30. Alam mo yung daguok na apelido, yung tiyan na kumukulo yun eh. Daguok na nga yung apelido ko. Pero, we are talking of the same things for the last 7 years na nandito ako sa Congress. So, I don't want to hear that, Mr. Chair, no? Kailangan, bago ninyo punduhan, bago kayo hihingi, may ready na kayo na area na planchado na lahat. Hindi yung may pundo na. Tapos, ang dami pa palang problema. Resulta, yung concern ni Representative Acop, mayroon kayong mga tiniterminate na contract, etc. Kulang na nga tayo ng pundo. May pundo na hindi pa natin na-optimize. Yun ang problema natin. Para na rin flood control yan na nandyan na yung pundo. Tayo ang kinokontrol ng flood. May pundo na nga yung housing, pero yung pundo, yung wala pa rin housing. So, sana wag nang ganon. Now, dito sa, yung normal natin na nangyari, flooding, etc. Paano nyo na-integrate yung climate resilience doon sa mga ginagawa nyong, pabahay or resettlement area? Mayroon pa kayong concrete plan dyan, program?
Sa planning po pa lang, Mr. Chair, we see to it na yung mga site mo namin are not flood prone. And with regards to our housing units, our housing units are built along the National Building Code. So, hindi po tinatamaan ng lindol, hindi po manon whether may typhoon.
I hope, Mr. Chair, what you are telling to this committee is on record. I hope na yan yung totoong nangyayari. Kasi mayroon akong may tuturo na hindi ganun ang sitwasyon. So, magbigay ako ng sample. Ano ngayon yung status nung... kasi mahilig kayo mag-groundbreaking, pero puro groundbreaking ang nangyari. Puro tarpaulin. Walang nangyayari. Yung sa Dapa, sa Siargao, nag-groundbreaking na. Ano na yung status doon? May pondo na ba yun?
Mr. Chair, it's still with wala pa pong concrete funds. We're still talking with Pag-ibig for our joint venture.
Okay, tamo yon. Tapos na groundbreaking na tayo. Yung mga empleyado ko na kukuha ng unit doon, panay na ang tanong. Kaya ang sinasabi ko, Mr. Chair, sana bago tayo mag-groundbreaking, para hindi naman yung mga tao ay siguraduhin na natin na ma-implement yung project. Hindi yung groundbreaking lang tayo. So, I hope yung mga issues na nire-raise ko dito, those are real issues on the ground. Yung palipat-lipat, yung walang linya, those are real issues. I hope the Secretary, will see to it na hindi na yun mangyayari sa NHA. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, the chair would like to recognize Representative Rolando Valeriano.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and good morning to the Dishon family. I have a little concern, actually, parochial, pero I know it's happening all over the Philippines. Regarding the UDHA, is that under your department?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What is really the process in regards to the demolition of the ISF?
Generally, sir, there are two types of situation. One where it is controlled by the courts, where we have minimal consideration. But second is where there is a government project. In government projects po, there is consultation, normally spearheaded by the local government and PCUP. And we are a member of the local interagency committee.
Okay, if it is under the control of the court, what usually transpired before the demolition?
Normally po, there is a request po to our key shelter agencies, like for example, humingi sila kung merong availability of units in NHA. Kung wala po, ang key shelter agencies will inform them that they don't have available areas for those affected by the demolition.
When you say it is under the control of the court, it was decided already by the RTC or by the Supreme Court? In finality.
The local court po, RTC po.
The local court. So, merong conference in regards to the UDA, isn't it?
Generally po, there is a period that is given by the sheriff, so there is consultation, but there is a decision already requiring them to leave the area.
So, if there is a decision, kailangan ba meron silang relocation?
Normally po, either relocation or assistance po.
Given by who?
By the local government. In terms of financial assistance, it's the local government that gives them po.
So, before the demolition, the ISF, or if it is under the control of the court, there must be a relocation from the NHA or from the local government.
It's either po, hindi necessary. Kung wala pong pondo or walang availability ang NHA, then the local government will have to provide.
And in the absence of relocation, it is a must that there must have a money consideration.
Yes po, pero yung amount is not dictated po. It is dependent on the local government. Kung meron silang at magkano bibigay po nila.
But it must be the local government.
Yes,
Not
local government.
not the private entity.
Hindi po, kasi basically nag-away po yung dalawang partido at na-reject po or natalo po yung isang partido. So it will not be charged against the winning party po.
Sige po. Kasi sa district ko, left and right ho yung demolition at ang laging reason ng sheriff ay meron na raw money consideration coming from the other party, not the LGU. That is illegal, isn't it?
I don't think if the owner wants to help out and give, I think hindi naman po pinababawal yan.
Of course, definitely the ISF will not accept that because they are waiting for the LGU, the money. So once they were demolished without the LGU's money consideration or without the relocation, that is illegal.
That's illegal, Mr. Chair.
There are two factors according to you.
Yes.
There must be a relocation, or in the absence of relocation, there must be a money consideration coming from the LGU. Malinaw po sa Udhalo yun, isn't it?
Opo, yes. Pero yung financing po, depende po yun sa availability ng funds ng local government.
Yeah, I know. So without the funds coming from the LGU, without the money coming from the LGU, and without the relocation coming from the NHA or the local government, there must be no demolition. Am I correct in my interpretation?
The law is very clear that they have the option to be provided that
By the LGU.
Opo.
So if it is not coming from the LGU and there is no relocation, we have to wait for the LGU for their money consideration before they can demolish, isn't it?
The LGU po, nasa LGU po yun kung kukuha po sila sa pondo nila or kung meron sila kausap.
Medyo,
Mr. Chair.
ano lang po, if the LGU has no funds, sure ka tingnan na po, pag walang pondong LGU pambigay sa mga ISF at wala rin pong relocation coming from the NHA or from the LGU, supposed to be there must be no demolition until such time na meron ng pondo coming from the LGU. Am I correct?
Iba po yung usapan ng bayaran, iba po yung instruction ng korte magpaalis po ng These are two separate
Kanina pa po
arrangements
tayo pinag-uusapan natin is demolition under the control of the court.
Opo.
So, there must be two factors. One is there must be a relocation. Second, there must be a money coming from the LGU. Malinaw po yung udalo.
Or po.
Again?
Either or.
Either or.
Opo.
So, kapag may kulang dun sa dalawa na yon, the demolition becomes illegal.
I cannot say that it's illegal. Yun lang po. Walang
Again?
I cannot say it's illegal po kasi sa batas hindi nakalagay na magiging illegal siya. Ang sinasabi lang po